So
So
students, we
students,
have
we have
studied
studied
about
about
different
different
types
types
of
of
pollution
pollution.
which are caused by industries, but at the same time, controlling of this environment degradation is also very, very necessary. If we talk about the pollution which is caused by these industries, every liter of waste water discharged by our industries pollute 8 times the quantity of fresh water. So the degree of environmental degradation is increasing day by day. So naturally, we have to adopt many methods to bring this pollution under control. So now we would study that how we can control the pollution which are caused by different industries. So the first is minimizing the use of water processing by reusing and recycling it into or more successive stage. So the industries during their processing, they release lot of water. This water can be recycled and it can be reused. Instead of throwing it into the water bodies, we can recycle it and we can reuse it. Again, the water that we require for the processing, we can fulfill this requirement from rainwater harvesting. We can collect rainwater and can put to different uses, put to different industrial uses. Then you treating the hot water and effluents before releasing them in rivers and ponds. I told you the thermal power plants, they release hot water which is along with some chemicals which is released into the water bodies. Now all the aquatic animals, they live in a particular environment, and if this hot water is released into the water bodies, then their environment get affected. So therefore, we have to treat these effluents, we have to cool it, and we have to remove the impurities, then only we can release it into the water bodies. Now, if we talk about the treatment of industrial liquid waste, then this treatment can be done in 3 ways. It can be done by primary method, it can be done by secondary method, and it can also be done by tertiary method. Now let us see what are these methods. If I talk about primary method, it includes screening, grinding, sedimentation, and flocculation. Now, what is screening? Screening means that you can remove the big objects like rags, paper, plastic, etc. This is screening. Grinding means you can grind the solid waste. Then flocculation. In flocculation, what do you do? Flocculant, it is a chemical that can be added to the waste water, and this chemical will help in binding the suspended solids to form heavier particles. And these heavier particles, then later on, they will settle at the bottom of the container, and the water at the top, it can be drained out. This is flocculation. And next is sedimentation. Sedimentation, you all know that the liquid waste is allowed to stand still for some time, and by the gravitational force, the waste which is in that liquid, it will settle at the bottom. So these are the primary treatment that can be given for industrial waste before throwing them into the water bodies. The second includes the biological process. In biological process, you use natural method to treat the wastewater. You can use bacteria and microorganisms to decompose dissolved organic matter. So the dissolved organic matter can be used by the action of microorganisms and bacteria. The last is tertiary treatment. Here in tertiary treatment, you can use biological method that we have studied just now. You can add chemicals, and you can use physical method to recycle the water or the liquid waste from the industries. So these are the various ways which we should adopt to reduce the environmental degradation.